Again, good evening. And so, my name is Ruchi Negi. I am the table topic master for today's meeting. What is table topic? Table topic is a impromptu speech session for Toastmasters meeting, which actually gives a chance to Toastmasters and guests for sharpen their listening, thinking, arranging, and delivering speech skills. This can be considered as a mini speech where you have an opening, you have a body of the speech and the conclusion of the speech as well. The timing for the table topic is 1 to 2 minutes. So timer will show green card at 1 minute, yellow card at 1.5 minutes and red card at 2 minutes. There will be a grace period for 30 seconds for qualifying the round. The speaker has to speak for at least 1 minute to qualify the session. And I would request all the speakers to use word of the day, that is whimsy, and phrase of the day, that is go with the flow. I am carrying some chits with me. So the idea is the speaker will come to the stage, will pick up the chit, give it back to me. I will read the sentence and then the speaker has to listen and deliver the speech. This is one. Second, to begin with the table topic, although I was told to begin with any seasoned person should be invited first, and I have a person in my name, I have a person in my mind, so just want to settle some account with it. Because one fine day I came to the Toastmasters meeting and he immediately told me, see, today quiz master is not quiz master. The person who is taking the quiz is not here. So you have to do it on immediate basis. So today I got this opportunity to settle this account and I am inviting Dharmesh. So Dharmesh, I have specifically one highlighted chit for you.
Now for this session there is grace period or minimum period also.
Minimum period I told you, right? So this is your chit. Oh yeah, sorry. Go with the flow. Convince us that socks should be worn on hands and not feet. Right?
Topic है
Sorry. I have to repeat it again. So, Toastmaster Dharmesh, the topic is convince us that socks should be worn on the hands, not feet. Socks should be worn on hands, not feet.
Bro, stopwatch don't. Stopwatch.
How many of you have gone to a cold place? Now I went to Switzerland recently. And there was a place called Zermatt, which is a mountain. Very cold. That day it rained a bit and the wind was blowing very good. And I realized that I had forgot my gloves, hand gloves. What did I do? I wore my socks in my hand in order to take care of the cold. So, what are the other things that you can do to wear socks? Any other options? Any other ideas?
Beat someone and Shan won't get in the bar.
To beat someone? Okay. Someone. If you want to kill someone and you can use the hand gloves and then kill someone so that your hand fingerprints are not there on the pistol.
Why you are looking at me when you are saying
Okay, my time is out.
1 minute 25.
No panga with Ruchi now. No panga with Ruchi.
So this actually a volunteer session, so where a seasoned person should come to the stage and he has to deliver the speech. This is done. Now, the idea is generally the new people who are the guests in the meeting should come and they should get this opportunity. Okay, so I'm so sorry I am not able to place the name. Yeah, Krishna. Krishna.
I'm not like this.
Settle the account.
How come I'm not a guest? You said guest.
So now I can say special guest. Someone choose a special guest.
Yeah,
Special guest.
He doesn't need to stay there.
Oh, नीचे.
Oh my God, seriously? Fans are big.
I have to read.
Love letter to Ron Billimorian. Love letter to Ron Billimorian.
Oh. 2 hours.
Okay, so the table topic for Krishna is, if you have an option to choose the place, any of the place for the meeting for Toastmasters, what it would be? Apart from the Agnel College. So I have to repeat the topic.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you.
If I have to choose a venue for a Toastmasters meeting, if I have to choose a venue for a Toastmasters meeting, in my mind I feel I've already lost. Because the reason we are all here in this meeting is to be able to stand and speak in any environment, right? We should be able to stand in an office environment, we should be able to speak one-on-one with our friends, we should be able to give a love letter to our friends for no reason, or we should be able to hate on our enemies. The fact that we need a venue to do this defeats the entire purpose. The day we are all able to stand up and speak in any environment, that day the idea of venue will go away. So picture this. Imagine for a moment that you are in an extremely uncomfortable situation. A friend of yours has insulted you publicly amongst your other friends. You felt bad. You've decided to subdue that feeling and say, it's fine, I'm going to let it go and walk away. Instead, let's say you decided to change that. You've said, let me speak to you for a moment. What you did was not okay. Please don't do it again. The venue for a Toastmaster meeting, right then and there. Imagine again. Let's say your teachers humiliated you or insulted you in front of the entire class for what was maybe a minor offense. Now your classmates are making fun of you. You can accept it, come home and cry to your parents about it. Or you can go up and tell your teacher, you're my teacher. Is this the place? Is this how you're supposed to treat me? The venue for the Toastmaster meeting, right here, right now. The venue for any meeting in any of your life is best decided by those 3 words. Right here.
Right now.
Now again I am looking for guests to come on the stage. So from back. Yeah, please. What's your name? Oh, hello. Yes. I'm so sorry. So I have to read it.
What's his name?
Sai.
Sai.
So the table topic is, you have to choose one option to spend your time for few hours. You have 2 options. One option is a person who is intelligent but not interesting. And option 2, the person who is interesting but not intelligent. You have to choose one option. So I am repeating my topic. So he has to choose to spend his time with a person. He has 2 options. First option is the person is intelligent but not interesting. He is a boring person. And second option is person is interesting but not intelligent. Few hours you have to spend.
So, if I had to spend time with one of people who is intelligent and boring, or a boring in opposite intelligent, so I would choose spend time with with the intelligent people rather than intelligent but is boring, because intelligent people shows ways to live in our society. They have various facts. They know various things to do, and that can make our life interesting. So spending time with intelligent people can make our life interesting and as well as boring. But what it needs is your perspective, or what you want to do, and that is what decides like how you want to be. And that I would like to say that I would spend time with an intelligent people rather than boring people being intelligent. Thank you.
Yeah, please. You have to tell your Kanjika. So, hi Kanjika. So, you have to pick the chit and give it back to me so that I can read it. So, the table topic for you is describe your mental situation when any unexpected guest appears at your home. So, describe your mental situation when any unexpected guest appears at your home. Kanchika.
I have just one word for describing this: run. From childhood to youth to adulthood, that has been the mentality, and I can take you through this journey. When I was young, I had a younger brother, and we never saw eye to eye on any topic. The only topic that we were most collaborative on, where we felt the sibling love, was when a guest was coming. And we were informed. Suddenly we wanted to study. Suddenly we had so much important homework to do. And our mother used to be so irritated with us that I have to bear the burden of keeping this family together. And my brother had one intelligent answer: the only way of keeping this family together is please don't invite guests. And I am from UP, where people don't believe in scheduling events. They just show up at your doorstep saying, oh, we are on a vacation and we're going to stay here. So everyone knows the Kumbh Mela, right? So everyone in Allahabad got at least 100 guests at their home with no invitation. But that is what hospitality is. I long for the day when there's an unexpected guest and I welcome them with open arms and we talk about it. But until then, I just have one thought in my mind, which is run. Run from there, seek another home. We love our guests, but we're Indians, so Atithi Devo Bhava.
The table topic given for you is, if I get an opportunity to restart my life, what will I change? If I get an opportunity to restart my life, what will I change? I'm so sorry, I did not ask Ritika. Okay.
Hello everyone, good evening. This is my first Toastmasters meeting here in Vashi. So if I had to restart my life and think, how could I change something that would completely change my trajectory of life, and that would be one thing, and that is not taking up science and not studying for the JEE exams. I took up science out of peer pressure. My father wanted me to get into an IIT and eventually get into an IIM, and you know the entire thing. He actually started brainwashing me from the age of 10 to making me believe that that is when my life would be sorted. Currently, I am an entrepreneur. I run my own business, and it has nothing to do with science. It is a digital agency. I do graphic design and I do all things artsy and everything. And what I understand by the current situation is that if I would have not taken the decision to kind of quit JEE coaching, I would not be. And I feel that I would have been able to restart and work on my skills more confidently from a very younger age, which I would love to restart on. Apart from that, I would also like to have more hobbies that would be that would make me inclined towards what I do right now, and sort of build my career maybe at the age of 10. So yeah, that is something that I would love to restart off. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Rebecca. Can I request you, ma'am? Yeah, please. You have to come up.
No.
Yeah, you can come here also.
He can stand there.
She can stand there.
Okay. Okay, so I can check.
Yeah, I'm not very much well concerned. I will give a try.
So this is for you, Ruhi. The table topic is which kind of movie you like. Which kind of movie you like to watch? Romantic, action, suspense, thriller. Can you please describe? So again, I am repeating the topic. The kind of movie you like to watch: romantic, action, suspense, thriller. You have to describe.
So that should be the answer. Well, good evening, everybody. My name is Ruhi. I just happened to know about Toastmaster by the board which was kept over, which was displayed outside. So the question to me is, which movie do I prefer? So to be very honest with you, I prefer romantic movies. I'm of old school type, and I like to watch romantic films. In the during the 1990 era, when I was a teenager, so I grew up watching all those romantic films of Amir Khan and Salman Khan and Shah Rukh Khan. So to be very honest with you, I will go with the romantic movies.
Thank you. Thank you. Very much. So anyone again from backbenchers? Yeah. This one will be last. So what's your name? Sanjana. Sanjana. Yes. Okay. Hi, Sanjana.
Hi.
So an exit you have to pay. Okay. So Sanjana, the topic for you is, if you could have dinner with any celebrity existing, who would it be and why? And you can describe your dinner time also. So I'm again repeating the topic. If you could have dinner with any of these celebrities you like to have, so who would it be and why?
Okay, so if I would like to have dinner with any celebrity, I would choose to have dinner with Jim Carrey. Because Jim Carrey. Why? Because my dad one day he randomly showed me The Mask, and I loved his quirky personality. I loved how weird he was. I loved how he, in fact, I loved the movie so much. I wanted to name my first pet Milo. That is how much I loved the movie. And knowing Jim Carrey, I've watched almost all of his movies. So I think it will be a very entertaining dinner setting for me. And since he is quirky like that, I think it's fitting for me to have the dinner at the breakfast time. Maybe at say 9 a.m. in the morning. So that would would be the celebrity I would like to have dinner with. And yeah, he would be the celebrity.
Keep going. What would you talk about?
So maybe I would ask him that, what would I talk about? Okay. So maybe I would ask him how he got to become an actor, because you know what he did, how his journey was. That is something I would really like to understand. And also, if I could be his actress in one of the movies,
Oh.
why not? So yeah, some of the things I would do. Thank you very much. Thank you so much.
So over to you, Toastmaster Vinay. Okay, so I will request timer to please share the timing report.
So Dharmesh, 1 minute 25 seconds qualifies. Krishna, 1 minute 55 seconds qualified. Sai, 1 minute 8 seconds qualified. Kanjika, 1 minute 29 seconds qualified. Ritvika, 1 minute 20 seconds qualified. Rohi, 38 seconds no. Sanjana, 1 minute 22 seconds yes.
The last session of the day is the evaluation session, wherein I will call the general evaluator, and with the help of her team of accountant Ramadian, plus the evaluators who had spelled out the objectives at the beginning of the prepared speeches. They will give the specific evaluations for all the prepared speakers. May I call the voice of the country, Amrita Deshmukh.
Thank you, Toastmaster of the Day, Toastmaster, distinguished Toastmaster Vinay, and good evening, my fellow Toastmasters and dear guests.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Today I am your general evaluator, and my role as a general evaluator is to evaluate the overall quality of the meeting. But for that, I have my evaluators and acting with me. So first I am going to call Toastmaster Shine to evaluate speech given by Toastmaster Shashank. Jess. What do you?
Good evening, everyone. Good that I have lesser audience now. Okay, so I'm evaluating Toastmaster Jayesh today for his speech. Did I say it right? Jayesh.
Yes.
Jayesh, yes. So his speech title was Gift of Encouragement. I hope my evaluation encourages you to do better. Some of the great things about your speech, I think your speech was really amazing. The story that you shared was so simple but very powerful. I really like the use of body language. You used the stage very well. Your body language was very confident, and also the vocal variety was very clear. That when you speak, your voice is very clear. Your words are very clear. So that's really nice. And some of the things that I noticed in body language was when you gestured your brother, you kind of had your, broadened shoulders, so that showed that he was your elder brother. So that was really nice. You said something about, imagining, you were imagining as if you're riding the scooty, so you kind of, hit the clutch, right? Yeah. What is that called? Kickstart, yeah. So you did that, so that action was really nice. And in terms of vocal variety, you said like broom, broom, and when your brother was shouting, you said Jays, Jays. So those things were amazing. The use of grammar was really nice, like lighting can strike, legendary scolding. So these terms were really nice. You had great
involvement of humor also in your speech. In terms of when your father said at the last that Chattu ji does not even know how to ride a bicycle, so that was really funny and humorous. Also, the name Chattu ji was really nice. I think it added a great character to your speech. Okay, some of the things that you could have improved in your speech was, because the name Chattu ji was so interesting, you could have elaborated this character even better, maybe by describing his outfit or given him a voice, a different kind of a voice. That could have been really nice. And also one more thing I felt was that the topic of the speech, which was a gift of encouragement, somewhere was missing in your speech, because Chattu ji, more than encouragement, it was as if he was just giving you a chance that, ride it. So I did feel like he was really encouraging you. So that's something that I felt. So the title and the message of your speech was a little not appropriate. This is what I felt. Okay, some of the suggestions that I would like to give you is to enhance your speech. You could have used, like for example, your father got to know that you were riding. So the aggression of your father, like, Jesh, what were you doing? Or something like that would have been nice. And like even Chattu ji, when he was telling you, ride, you get a chance, so he could have patted your back or something, chalo chala lo, it's okay, you're getting a chance to ride. So something like that would have been really interesting. So overall, to summarize, it's already there. Overall, to summarize, the speech was great. I think great use of vocal variety and body language, just few things, and I think if you could have changed your title, it would have been really nice. So thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Shai. Next, I am going to call Toastmaster Meenakshi to evaluate speech given by Toastmaster Bhushan.
A very famous person has just quoted, "Titles don't define my goals, my relationships do." One more, keep learning, be rooted. Guess who? This famous person was none other than our icebreaker speaker, Toastmaster Bhushan. For me, that was the highlight of your speech. That is, that it had a lot of takeaway messages for each one of us. Each of your small stories had one particular key takeaway message, and in the end, you gave us a lot to think about. Talking about the second highlight of your speech, the objective. The objective of his speech was that he needs to come and introduce him to the club, which he did, and to get the basic structure of a public speech, which again I feel that he did, because his speech had a proper introduction, a body and a conclusion. So I must say that in your journey of finding your voice, I'm sure you did find your voice. The third highlight of your speech was the voice clarity. I think everybody would agree with me that the tone of his voice, the speed, the volume, all of it was just perfect. It was enough to keep us all engaged throughout. Now, just like in the process of finding our voices, we sometimes have to go through a little bit of stutter, right? And for me, the little bit of stutter in your speech, I would like to give you 2 recommendations on it. My 2 recommendations are, one in terms of content and one in terms of delivery. The first one in terms of delivery. I think most of you observed that his body language was a little rigid. You know what they say, that body language is more powerful, it can do more wonders than your words ever will do. And what I could notice is that most of the time your hands were a little like this. I understand that you were a bit nervous, this is your first time, and I commend you because you continued with it even though you forgot. But I would recommend if you could improve your body language in terms of being more open, like have wider shoulders, just show that you are open and receiving with the audience. Now my second recommendation was having a strong call to action. You know what they say, that when you start writing your speech, you should think about what the audience will feel, what the audience will think, and what the audience will do after listening to my speech. So we did feel your story. You gave us something to think about. Like you said, think about this. The best investment that you can do is on yourself. But what did you want us to do? What do you want us to do after listening to your speech? So having a good call to action will really help improve that. So in a nutshell, I'm just summarizing. If you keep polishing your strengths, that is having strong takeaway message in your speech and good vocal clarity. And if you focus on these areas of improvement, that is opening up your body language and having a strong call to action, I'm sure you will do many more wonders in finding your voice. Congratulations, Toastmaster Bhushan, for starting your journey as a speaker today. And now I'm going to call Toastmaster Dheeraj to evaluate speech given by Toastmaster Aditya.
Good evening once again. I will start a quote on maths which says that maths may not teach us how to add happiness or subtract disappear, but it definitely teaches us how to solve a problem. So my target speaker shared his journey that was started with the confusion and skepticism about math, and then later on he discovered about that how it can be a handy tool. It was a type of rediscovery and inspiration, and it was a reflection, mirror to all of us, that sometimes the thing which we discard becomes a tool for our transformation. I will follow CRC method. I have 3 commendations and 2 recommendations for you. So starting with your commendation. So first one is that you are able to add humor to your speech. This shows your confidence. Throughout your speech, there was a sprinkle of humor, starting with that how your parents didn't like the maths, but they love the idea of you liking the math. Secondly, the way you introduced engineering as a rarely chosen course. This shows that you are an entertaining speaker. Coming to the second point, you are a very imaginative speaker. You have a great imagination capability because you are able to create analogy between man and girlfriend, which are completely contrasting things. Generally speaking, when we think about maths, we forget girlfriend. When we think about girlfriend, we forget maths. But kudos to you, it shows you are a creative speaker, which shows that you have a capability to engage your audience. The last and the most important, when your audience spends 5 to 7 minutes of your life to listen to your speech, there should be a takeaway for them, and you have given them a takeaway to reignite their forgotten skill. This shows that you are not only an entertaining speaker, you are also an uplifting speaker. Kudos to you. Now coming to the recommendation, because every good speaker has a possibility to become one version higher, a better one. So there is a term called cognitive dissonance. It means what you are speaking is not getting integrated, is not in sync with what you are speaking. To give an example, when you are saying that about your breakup with your girlfriend, you should have shown it your gesture, a remorse, a sadness, that should get reflected in your gesture, in your voice modulation. So that part was missing in your speech. Second, be wary of your stage movement. So unintentional and not needed stage movements create distraction. This leads to a reduction in the focus of your audience and reduces audience engagement. Generally, stage movements are used to show as a turning point or a transition in your speech. Okay. So with these improvements, so overall it was a good speech. You were able to add humor, good analogy, creative speaker, and there was a takeaway. Only if you work on your gesture and voice modulation as well as on stage movement, you will become a finer version as a good orator. Thank you.
Both the evaluator and speaker are humorous. And no more integration, derivative, no more engineering talk. Sorry. Next one is, I will invite Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti to evaluate speech given by Toastmaster Shashank.
Time.
I am here to evaluate the speech of Toastmaster Shashank, who spoke about his reunion. Nice long journey he took us through. Few points that I loved about his speech. Right up on stage, the first thing he did was engage the audience. It was a basic question, simple yes or no answer, but it was a hook. It engaged the audience. So very good thing to do at the beginning. Secondly, I was very impressed by the way he told us the story. It had a structure, it had a flow. It went from point 1 to point B, point A to point B, and it went logically. Sorry, Toastmaster Rajesh. But it went logically in a flow and with a structure of the reunion, starting from the idea to the execution to the takeaway of the speech. One thing that I liked was even in the speech where it looked like a story being narrated, he had something to connect with us as an experience or a takeaway from his experience which we could use in our lives. I have a few recommendations also for Toastmaster Shashank. And I'm going to fall in the pit of being very conventional because I'm going to go back to the basics and say, when we write something, we punctuate with full stops, commas, we punctuate with a line left between paragraphs, etc. The way we punctuate when we are talking is body language and voice modulation. The way we punctuate is pauses. Between one experience and the other, one phase of the story and the other. Between time passed, there could have been pauses. There could have been change in voice. I don't say role play, I'm going to be the last person to say. But there could have been change in your voice. There could have been change in your body language. That punctuates when you talk and tells us you're going from one part to the other. What happened with your speech was it went in a single flow. So that may tend to lose audience attention and something very beautiful that you're trying to tell us may not get conveyed. So that's a recommendation I have for you. Since I've had a long recommendation, the next one I will keep short. Just like your speech had an end which did not do justice to the flow of the speech. It was rather abrupt if you ask me. So I would rather encourage you to go with the flow of the speech and have the conclusion integrate with it. But for an upcoming speaker like you, I also have a little challenge. I would like to challenge you to play with your words and language. A richer language, a larger repository of words or vocabulary will make your speech more interesting, will also give you depth to convey what you want to convey. So that's a challenge I have for you. I would conclude by saying good audience engagement, nice story, took us through the journey, good flow, a little attention on the conclusion and little more going back to basics on voice modulation, pause, etc. And maybe surprises with a little more word wizardry, and we will look forward to your speeches, far more. Thank you.
As usual, very detailed and articulated feedback by Toastmaster Savita Shuddhi. Now I am going to call the last evaluator for today's meeting, Toastmaster Padma Pani, to evaluate speech given by Toastmaster Rajesh.
Thank you, Amruta. Toastmaster Amruta. Good evening, fellow Toastmasters and guests.
Good evening. Good evening.
What a speech, Toastmaster Rajesh. Really, it was humorous, whimsy, and pleasant speech. There was not a single moment I couldn't stop laughing. Every moment I truly enjoyed it. You set the expectation high from the topic name itself. How to make a South Indian mass move. What a name. You presented examples from the movies we could relate like RRR, Jailer, KGF. You utilize body language very well while describing live scenes from the movie, like Junior NTR hitting Britishers with bike and bike finding workplace harassment case. Then Rajnikant hitting villains with shoes and KGF heroes saying movie dialogue like I don't like violence likes me. you are really connected well with the audience. Then you very well describe criteria for hero that connected very well with audience, especially one esteemed guest connected very well with that hero role. Then criteria for a heroine's profession you describe very well, typical profession in South Indian movies. Then how the villain speak, that you describe very well. Apart from that, there was a takeaway also. When to watch these movies, when everything seems illogical in life, go and watch this movie. That was very well described by you. From everything illogical to Newton's law of gravity, you described everything very well. So I like most of the things, but only one suggestion, like you should take care of your time. So that was only one suggestion. So overall it was a humorous speech, went very well, connected very well with the audience. Only suggestion, take care of your time. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Padmapani, for giving detailed feedback for Toastmaster Rajesh. All the evaluators did very well job for their evaluations. I just have one recommendation for Toastmaster leaders. Whenever you are going to give evaluation, you don't have to say CRC method. You just start with your recommendation and conclude your evaluation. That's the only thing. Like we are going to share a story, when we don't have to say, I'm going to share a story. You just started with your story. And one more feedback for Toastmaster Padmapani. Whenever you are giving a feedback for the speaker, you don't have to repeat, more than 50% part of the speech itself. You have to just give recommendation and commendation like other evaluators did. Like 3 commendation, 2 recommendation, or whatever combination you have to do, and you have to go with that. That's the only 2 recommendation for evaluator. Otherwise, you all did a very well job done. And next, I'm going to call timer for today's meeting. Oh, I'm sorry. Feedback for general evaluator. Don't forget evaluators. Toastmaster Ruchi. To give evaluation for Toastmaster.
So good evening everyone. Good evening. And a big round of applause for Toastmaster Shine because it is the first evaluation. So what I really liked in the evaluation was her evaluation was very specific. It was not just touching the surface. She dig deeper. She gave specific examples of how the body language and vocal variety can be improved. So instead of just saying that your body language is good and your vocal variety is good, if you give specific examples of how the body language was used in the speech and how it can be better, so that will actually help the speaker more to work on those tracks. So always give good specific examples. So that was very well done in her evaluation. Second thing, she summarized her evaluation at the end. If you summarize your evaluation at the end, the main key points, it remains in the mind of the audience as well as the speaker for a long time. So again, I got a job on that. The third thing is, yes, her evaluation was quite encouraging. She gave the commendations as well as recommendation, and there was more focus on the commendation part. So that was really very encouraging for the speaker. Now moving to some areas of improvement. Yes, her evaluation were all based on the speech objectives. But it would always good to say that if the speaker has met the speech objectives or not. So that the speaker come to know and is much aware, and also if he doesn't have to repeat the speech. So it's always good to state that if the speaker has met the speech objectives or not. So the second thing is, it will also be better if the evaluation is more well organized. Yes, your evaluation had commendation, recommendations, etc. But first you focus on this, like first commendation, then recommendation. So in that way, our evaluation, this should be well organized, because a speech is, a evaluation is also a type of speech. So it has to be more well organized. Third thing, which I felt like you gave something on the grammarian report. I think the grammarian is already there, but yes, of course you can give your evaluations. So you can get the grammarian report. But I think yes, because the grammarian is already there, so let's not focus on this. To summarize, your evaluations was very specific. It was very encouraging. You summarized all the evaluations at the end. And moving to areas of improvement, you should have specifically stated that if the speaker met the speech objectives. Also, the evaluation can be more well organized by following CRC approach. So that's it. And I look forward to your questions.
Thank you, Ruchi, for the encouraging feedback for Toastmaster Shine. And Toastmaster Shine, very good job done as a first evaluator, because you did demonstration in your evaluation. I really like that part. You have to be mindful about time, otherwise you did a very good job. Next, I am going to call timer for today's meeting. Toastmaster Timarkanta, please share your timing report with us.
Timarkanta, can you just step forward and turn around?
Face.
Just stay there, just turn around.
You can just...
Face us.
Minakshi, 3 minutes 11 seconds qualifier. Dheeraj, 3 minutes 15 seconds qualifier. Shine, 3 minutes 55 seconds, do not qualify. Sangeeta, 3 minutes 5 seconds, yes. Padmapani, 2 minutes 48 seconds, yes. Ruchi, 2 minutes 43 seconds, yes.
2 minutes?
43.
Which is qualified?
Qualified.
Okay.
Yeah.
Qualified. Okay. Next, I am going to call our counter for today's meeting, Toastmaster Rishi. Please share your counter report with us.
And good evening, everyone. So our counter log details are like this. Toastmaster Vinay, filler sound twice, once, one short pause, twice long pauses. Timarkanta, filler sound once, one long pause. Toastmaster Kalpana, filler sound like twice, once. Toastmaster Bhushan, filler sound twice and one long pause. Toastmaster Aditya, one long pause. Toastmaster Jess, crutch word and twice, but once, once, and two short pauses. Toastmaster Sangeeta Shruti, one crutch word, so once. Toastmaster Shashank, filler sounds are more than 5 times, one short pause and two long pauses. Toastmaster Rajesh, and once, so once, once, one short pause, and Toastmaster Ruchi, filler sound are once, one short pause. Toastmaster Dharmesh, filler sound are once, one short pause. Toastmaster Shine, crutch word and once, so once, twice, one short pause, one long pause. Toastmaster Dheeraj, filler sound are twice, one short pause. That's all.
Next, I am going to call Toastmaster Kalpana to give a grammarian report for today's meeting.
Okay. So today's all the speakers are very delightful, and I have a very little less of errors, but the uses of metaphors and similes and other things are full of it. So I will just start with the words that I think are very impressive today. Recondured, weirdo, reminiscence, dilemma, or perceived,
voluntary, paradox. These words were very nicely used. Even the phrases were very nicely used. For example, when Bhushan started his meeting, his speech, he used to burden with numbers, best investment is yourself, is in yourself. Jesse also used very nice words of lightning. Lightning can start when he wants to talk about, bombardment is going to start. Aditya used push me over the cliff. This is very nice usage of words that are happening here. Rajesh used gravity denied, and his speech also, shows so much of opposite of gravity. The mind to take a vacation. Okay, so these were very interesting words that I thought should be highlighted. Now, some uses that are very minimal, which can be properly used. When we say what should talk, it can be what to say. We say tried sibling, or it can be said as reaching out to their siblings. When we say at the time of parted away, it can be said as at the time of parting. Friends of school can be school friends. Word of the day and phrase of the day. The word of the day is used by Dheeraj. Thank you so much. I think I should come up with a very simple word. Even after so many trying round of things, I come up with a word which is not being used widely. But the phrase of the day was used. Thank you, Dheeraj. Thank you, Sangeeta Shruti. And thanks a lot to Ruchi Negi for using it 5 times. Thanks a lot. And that's all. I think. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So Toastmaster Kalpana, thank you so much for sharing your grammar report. And you don't have to say thank you to them, because we are here to use word of the day and phrase of the day to improve our vocabulary. Okay? So thank you for introducing new words and phrase of the day to us. Next I'm going to call Toastmaster Yashwant to conduct quiz session. Quiz master for today's meeting, Toastmaster Yashwant.
Oh.
Thank you, Toastmaster. How great for you. Yes, I hope everyone were attentive. I have a lot of questions, lot of tricks. Okay. First question is, what is the name of your quiz master?
Yes, one H in the end, no H in between. Correct spelling also I know.
Cancel this question,
Okay, what is the name of the quiz master today?
Yashwant, YASWANTH. H in the end, not in the middle.
Everyone gets it wrong.
Yeah, but just complete name.
He asked only name.
That can be given. That can be given because he said only. He just
Half. I will take your chocolate.
So, who is thought as next Ramanujan by his parents?
He can't answer.
Okay, who'll start
He answered also without raising. Not fair. People should raise their hand.
No hand raise, no chocolate from now.
what did Toastmasters wanted to try?
Yes.
Scooter.
Last. Scooter. Okay.
It's dad's scooter.
Okay, his dad's scooter. Speaking of bikes, in which movie did the hero throw the bike? Wrong.
Yashwant here, you can't see me.
Okay.
Because of you, he's ignoring me.
You are very hard already.
Tell some adventurous things the Toastmaster. His parents wanted to try. Adventurous things.
That was not
North Indian dishes. North Indian dish and going to the grandparents.
I can ask the name of the guy who taught the Jesh. This is cancelled. In which movie? The villain said, I don't let me complete the question. I don't like this violence.
People are not interested in your question, they are interested in chocolate.
Okay?
Okay.
Love this. What is a rarely chosen course?
Table topic master.
Tell me one interesting time to eat breakfast.
Dinner. I know.
Question
Breakfast. Yay! Finally.
Okay. Thank you, Viren, for
Take your chocolates. I want one. You just avoid.
Thank you so much, Toastmaster Yashwant, for this quite fun session, whimsy session today. I'm going to quickly give my report on today's meeting. I started with Sajid Adam, Toastmaster Divya. Was very energetic, very loud, and you give proper guidelines for the Toastmaster meeting. In the starting itself, I really like the energy you have today. Just smile of listening. That's the only recommendation. You have to start with a smile because that was, the transfer of energy to each and every role player. So, very well job done, Toastmaster Divya. Big round of applause for you. Next one is our presiding officer, Toastmaster Praveen. He interacted with guests and it started on a very positive note because he started with a quote and he shared a little story as well. So I really liked it, but Toastmaster Praveen, you have to open the meeting.
Yeah.
You have to open the meeting as a presiding officer. And what you can do, you can first start with a story and then interact with guests to set the tone for the meeting. That's the only thing for you. And next, Toastmaster of the day, distinguished Toastmaster Vinay. So, first of all, the theme is very interesting because improve and improvisation is related to tabletop topics. So it is related to all the Toastmaster and guests also. And he started with a history of what is improv. He shared his journey of theatre and he set the tone for the meeting. Two interesting, role play and the activity done by Toastmaster guest Ritvika and Yasin. After that, Ron and Vidya. Very well job done on that activity. Very engaging. And next, he mentioned the structure of the meeting. Introduce each and every role player. You tick all the boxes as a Toastmaster of the day today. Just one recommendation here. You have to, segregate the content. Like first, you did first activity in the first half, and after table topic, you did second activity. So it will, it will set the tone up for the meeting itself. And flow is also going to be smooth. Feedback slip was not distributed. 1 minute silence was not there till the fourth speaker come to the stage. But then he realized and he gave 1 minute to all of us to send the feedback. Overall, good job done as a Toastmaster of the day. Next one was table topic master for today's meeting, Toastmaster Ruchi. You mentioned what is table topic for the benefit of the guest. You again mentioned timing guidelines for all the guests, which was very good. Then you urge each and everyone to use word of the day and phrase of the day. That I really like. Your topic was really, whimsy and a little bit tricky for guests. So I have two recommendations for you. First is you have to combine guests and members. First, you ask two members in the starting itself, but after that you just called all the guests. So you have to combine the combination of guests and members. Second one was, when the guest is here, you have to give your title in the manner like, for example, Toastmaster Dharmesh, what makes you smile, Toastmaster Dharmesh. This is a correct manner to introduce the title and the speaker. And you also have to look at the audience, because you are not giving topic to the speaker only, you are giving topic to the audience. So that is the only feedback given to you. Otherwise, good job done as you explain all the rules and what is table topic. Thank you so much for doing your job very well. Overall, our meeting quality was very, very good today. I really like the new venue, but I was missing the board because we write it down all the role players' name and timing and table topic speaker's name. So I missed that, but we will do it eventually. And big thanks to Toastmaster Lippy, she is not here. Because of her, all the tag roll were very well done their job today, because she did briefing yesterday. So very well job done, Toastmaster Lippy. Next, the backend team, XCOM. Like the venue change, I think on Wednesday or Thursday. Then again Toastmaster Ron, float the flyer next day. So we can float all the flyers in our different groups. So very well job done, Toastmaster Ron. And also VP Education. In advance, he mentioned all the rule before, I think 2 weeks. Prior 2 weeks, that is the organization and all the thing done by backend team XCOM and Toastmaster Russia. You did a good job as the agenda you mentioned today. So all the all the role players and all the XCOM, big round of applause for them. So there is no feedback for the meeting now. Feedback for general evaluator to call evaluator on time. That's the only feedback for me, Toastmaster Amrita, and thank you so much for giving me the opportunity as a general evaluator.
Before I call the presiding officer, I would request him to float the poll since he's handling the poll. Just float the poll. And one request is that please look around you. If you find any cups, any plates, anything, just please hand it over or bring it here. I will dispose it off properly. Make sure that there's nothing, no trash lying in this room. We have to leave this room in a better condition. And everybody who has taken the pens, you are also requested to give it back. Okay, thank you so much. I hope you had a memorable meeting today. With this, I would like to call the presiding officer to close this meeting.
Yeah, so while you are answering the polls, I would request the guests to share their experience. So, yeah. How was it?
It was very nice to be the first time. I really learned a lot. I was not prepared for anything. But eventually, maybe next meeting and all.
Yeah, so meeting was well organized in the time. Yes, the great speakers, I would like to attend more meetings so as to learn more from speakers.
I think it was amazing. I think the evaluators gave amazing feedback.
Learned a lot about how to speak and all the suggestions given really cleared a lot of doubts in my mind and great learning experience.
I think it was a very fun session and lovely talking and all the speeches and the table topics.
I like this process first to engage the audience and then after that to feedback to each and everyone or every speaker to improve their skills and their viewpoint.
Okay, so now we will have the new member induction now. So I would like to request and how this will work is that I will read something and then I will ask you all a question. You will say I do, and I will then ask you all a question and you will say I do. Okay? So, okay. Membership in Toastmasters is a privilege, and the only way to gain the benefit is to actively
participate. Do you all promise to attend the meetings regularly and prepare for all your duties to the best of your abilities?
I do.
And do you all pledge to support them in their quest for self-development and promise to make their Toastmaster membership a rewarding and fulfilling experience?
Yes, we do.
It is
One second. Smile. Yes.
Welcome to Toastmasters.
Thank you.
Two chocolates.
Okay, so we have the poll results now. So I mean, we don't have much time now, so I will not ask you to yes or no.
No quiz master.
Best speaker award goes to Toastmaster Aditya.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Finally, an award which is not participation.
We have to do maths points.
The best table topics speaker is Toastmaster Krishna.
थोड़ा पीछे पीछे जाओ, फ्रेम नहीं आ रहे फिर.
The best evaluator goes to Toastmaster
क्या?
The best role player goes to the distinguished Toastmaster Lee.
Yes.
Okay, we have two awards for the best auxiliary role there. One of them is Toastmaster. Yes, one.
Party, Asian party.
Chocolate.
And we have Toastmaster. Thank you. I have some announcements now. We will have our speech contest and evaluation contest on the 27th of next month. And due to the festivals, and due to the festival, the meeting of 6th of September has been postponed to the 13th of that month. Meeting. So please come. Yeah, so that's all I have.